Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nasikun, and I have the honor to present our work together with Mr. Fadhil and Mr. Rio on HangeulVR, the immersive and interactive Korean alphabet learning via virtual reality. So, the traditional learning methods tends to make students to be uninterested in learning, particularly if they're learning language. And therefore, it is very important to find a new method that can help them to learn better. And we've learned that virtual reality leads to creating an environment that are very interesting for students to learn. That is because the virtual reality helps to improve the engagement of the students when they are learning and also increase their motivation. And second, the previous studies indicate that the attainment of learning outcomes are increased when students are using virtual reality for language learning. And moreover, students can learn more interactively using virtual reality, and it enables them to learn more immersively. And additionally, the virtual reality also allows the students to learn not only the language, but also the cultural engagements. And this is highly important when students are learning some language that require a particular script. For example, Chinese, Arabic, and Korean, for example. This kind of language requires them to learn the basic script first before they are learning the language itself. And in this work, we choose the Korean language because this is the language that are gaining a lot of attention worldwide due to their Korean wave. And as we discussed earlier, in order to learn Korean, in order to be fluent in Korean, the learners need to know about Korean script called Hangul first. Right. So what is Hangul and how we design our systems? Hangul is an alphabet that is used by South Korean that is developed by the very well-known King Sejong that consists of set of vowels and consonants. And yeah, so they need to know what the vowels are or what the consonants are. Not only in Korea, though, in Indonesia, there is this island in Buton called the Bau Bau, in which almost 80,000 people there use Hangul for their writing. So that's about Korean alphabet, the subject of course that we are going to teach the students. Then we'll teach it using an e-learning system, so which is an education that is delivered electronically, and normally in these days is delivered via the internet. And this is very helpful for students that are learning language because it allows the students to learn individually using their own pace. So if they want to learn fast, they can learn it quickly. But if they don't have that much time, they can take their time and then adjust their timing to learn that particular subject. And it's also indicated by the previous study that the e-learning is generally more cost-effective and in general more engaging than the traditional approach. And the tools that we are using to develop the e-learning is a virtual reality. In general, this consists of a headset that the learners will put in their head, and then it also normally have a controller that allows the user to navigate around in the virtual world and also to choose some menu in the options. And in the context of language learning, virtual reality enables the distant interactions between the learner and the teacher, and is also offer a safe and also realistic learning space. And in many cases, the virtual reality boosts the engagements and motivations of the students. Right. Now let's dive into the real application that we developed. We call it the HangeulVR, which is an application that is based on virtual reality that teaches the Korean alphabet to students. It teaches them how to read the Korean alphabet. It teaches the students how to write the Korean alphabet and also teach them the pronunciations. And then this HangeulVR is also equipped with an assessment tools that will help the students to verify whether they have understood the subject that they're learning or not yet. The content that we use is categorized into 9 different chapters. So we start with the basic characters. So we teach the students on learning some simple vowels, then going to more challenging vowels, and then so on and so forth. And then we teach them the consonant and the more challenging consonants. And hopefully, after learning these 9 chapters, they can get the idea how the Korean alphabet that they are learning, and hopefully they can read, they can pronounce, and also they can listen to each of the characters in Korean. And in our scheme, each chapter, so we devise our tools into 9 different chapters. Each chapter is taught as a block in a way that is they are put in an escape room, meaning that the students need to solve the problem, need to solve the task in that room before going to move to different room. So they will not be allowed to change their rooms to the next level if they have not learned, if they have not mastered the topic that they currently do. And then on each chapter, they will learn 3 different aspects, which are the pronunciations, how to pronounce the characters, the reading and how to read them, and also the writing, how to write each and every of the characters. And then to help the students learn, the HangeulVR provides a textual descriptions of the word and also an examples in Bahasa Indonesia so that they can also know how to read or how to pronounce some characters in Bahasa Indonesia. And also we help them with audio guides so that they can understand how each of the character is pronounced. And we'll show you some of the result. This is we have 3 different tasks and 3 different languages. So 3 different aspects of the languages. So in the first setting, right, in this setting, we tell the students how to pronounce this letter. So this letter is pronounced as A, like in Bahasa Indonesia. So we describe how this character is pronounced, and we give the example. Let's say this character A is pronounced like the word aku in Bahasa Indonesia, like the A in aku. So this hopefully helps the student to learn. And second, we also teach them some listening. And in this case, we show one example of the assessment test. So we have this character, and then we'll give the students 4 options. Each options will provide some sound, and then the students need to choose which sound is the correct pronunciations or the character A. And then the third aspect of the learning is the writing. So we have the character there, and then we ask the students to write in the virtual world how the character is written. Then our system will detect whether the writing is correct or not. Okay, that's the topic, and then we'll guide you through the gameplay. So at the beginning, the students will choose either they want to learn or they will take the test. In most cases, if they're learning, then they need to take the learning aspect first. Then this will guide them through the introductions of the Hangul. And then after this, they will guide the students to go through each and every of the 9 rooms in which each of them is a subject or a chapter in the learning curriculum. Then at the end of each room, they need to do some tests, some post-tests to verify that they have really learned and understood each and every subject. This is an example of the assessment. So, for example, it is asking the students which of the word in these 4 options that has the character A in their word. And after they do this, then they will have the 9 different knowledge check or the post test, and they need to perform. For example, now they have passed the level 1, and they now can go to level 2. But if they have not passed the level 1, they will not be able to go to level 2 before they're passing the level 1 test. And also to verify our work, we perform some user study. And in this case, we are using the system usability test or SUS, in which we gather 8 students that are still learning Korean to use and test our systems. And from the students, and we ask them the 10 questions of the SUS, and we get the average score of 74.4, meaning that our system has usability, have a good usability. And yeah, and we'd like to conclude that we develop virtual reality-based e-learning systems that help the students to learn Korean language in a way that is interactive and also motivating, and it helps them to learn Korean language, particularly the Korean script, and we verify that the result has a good SUS score. And hopefully this will help the students to learn pronunciations, writing, and listening of the Hangul, the Korean alphabet. So thank you very much for listening. I am Nasikun from Department of Electrical and Information Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Gajah Mada. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.